Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, one and all. Welcome back to the New Galaxy Gamers channel, and welcome back to a farm from scratch. It's great to have y'all here. If you are new to the channel, welcome aboard. If you're a returning member, welcome back to you as well. As I said, it's great to have everybody here today and hanging out. And take care of that so that I don't get hit by those stupid automated callers. Anyway, as usual, all usual disclaimers are in the description of this wonderful video. And, yeah, so, as you remember in the last episode, I said we had mapped out the field, the next field, and as you can see, this is all growing back. Even though we had mowed it in the last year, it's all growing back. Anyway, we mapped out this field in the last episode, and I said I would finish plowing it off camera, which I have. I did not extend it yet, though, as you can see. So, I decided to leave it this big for now, because I figured that would be the better way to do it. We'll start the tractor up. And, as you can see, we're also making money. We're going to be able to get our combine harvester here, so we're going to be okay with that. Hopefully we'll be able to put it in the grain and chicken pen. But as you can, so as I said, we are on our way. So today we'll get this field limed and cultivated and fertilized and ready for planting. Forgot we're no longer doing it this way. Now putting everything in the equipment shed. Still need to bring the roads in here, but we'll take care of that later. So, let's go ahead. We'll grab our coffee, our donuts, our bagels, our egg McMuffins, our sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits from our favorite local mom and pop coffee shop, and we'll get cracking. Alright, let me see. Where did I put the... Okay, unload. Why? Oh. Did not let me do it here. Ah, there we go. Interesting, okay. Oh, it's not letting me unload inside the shed. Interesting. Oh, come on. Really? Okay, which one's the lime? So anyway, I hope we are in May. Supposed to have good temperatures here today, which makes me happy. I can have all my windows open. I can air the place out. Alright. Let's go lime this field real quick. So I'm all happy about that. Start getting some house clean, my spring cleaning done. It's always something I hate doing, but, well, what are you going to do? It's one of those things that you got to do, so. Alright, we'll let it apply the lime for us. As you can see, I have extended our road here. So, you know, that I did that to help us out a little bit. We still also got to put up a silo for the grain storage. We're definitely going to want to buy a chicken pen too, so that we can get our egg production going. So, but we're doing good. We're getting there. Don't know what y'all have planned for your Memorial Day weekend that's coming up here at the end of the month. Or at least for those in the U.S., they have a Memorial Day weekend that happens at the end of May. It's like a holiday. Sometimes I think the U.S. has way too many holidays, but hey, it is what it is. So there, we're getting our field, this new field all limed up. Next thing we'll do is cultivate. Get that all done. Before I get asked, because I know I'm going to by some friends and whatnot who do watch these episodes as well. There's been a statement by the creators of the game Stationeers. Apparently, Unity has threatened to cancel their licenses for violations. Apparently, I've heard about the statement. I really don't know how to respond to that yet because I don't know the whole story. If it's true that Unity is doing this to every, if it's something related to them backing out of their fee per download scheme a couple of years back, and they're trying to recover that money that they've now lost, we should start seeing it happen to other game developers using Unity. But I've not heard that yet, so just the best thing I can encourage right now is it's probably just something with the developers of Stationeers at the moment. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know the whole story, so I can't really I don't want to comment on it yet until I know more. Oh, you... I can go up and grab another. I ran out of lime. Damn it. I don't really want to comment on it and then find out that the information I was given was wrong, so I'm not going to, but I will say if what Rocketworks, I think it's Rocketworks, it's the name of the studio, if what they are saying is true, I'm just going to run up to the store real quick. If what they're saying is true, and I don't know if it is or not, okay, but if what they're saying is true happens, we'll start seeing other content creators coming out with similar statements and whatnot, or game makers coming out with similar statements. So far, I haven't seen that, so I think it's just limited to Rocketworks at this point. So what I would do is I would just take what they're saying with a grain of salt for the moment, until we see further evidence. It may also be just that the way Rocketworks has done their licensing with Unity Technologies, it may just be a misunderstanding. And that's kind of what it sounds like to me at the moment, because like I said, we haven't heard anything from other creators as of yet. So if you are somebody that plays Stationeers, I really wouldn't worry about your game at the moment. I suspect Unity and Rocketworks will be able to work this out if it really is a misunderstanding. So I if you play Stationeers, I would say go ahead and continue playing it. I really don't think they're gonna mess around with Stationeers. I'd be shocked if Unity does that, and if they do, then that just shows the level of nonsense that Unity has decided to engage in, and I really don't. It would be bad for business, so I really don't think they're gonna go down that road. So don't worry if you play Stationeers. I think you're gonna be just fine. I do own Stationeers, but I don't generally play it all that much, just because that game's annoying to me for some reason. As much as I love creativity, I don't know, there's something about Stationeers that just annoys me, and I think it's just how its mechanics work and everything. But anyway, I wanted to just mention that. I'm going to be mentioning it in the Space Engineers episode as well, so but I don't really think right now it rises to the level of me making any further comment on it just yet. Okay? Alright, we'll bring this bag of lime back. And I'll load that up and get that last little piece of field. My pet kitty cat, Little Kitten, says hello to you all as well. She's hanging out. I am trying to figure out why my cat does love to scratch the wall when she uses her litter box, though. It's very weird. come on. Stop playing this game. My mouse is also playing games with me too. Just run the rest of this line back to our shed over here. So it's out of the way. All right. Alright, so we got that done. Now let's go ahead and we'll cultivate. Okay. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and we'll cultivate our field. May as well, right? Okay. I don't think this part will take us all that long, really. Yeah, I don't really think this will take us all that long. We'll get the field cultivated here, and then we'll move on to getting it fertilized. First application of fertilizer in place. Okay. So, you know, I don't want to like overdo it with using a hired helper to get this done. Really wouldn't seem to make all that much sense, I don't think. Sorry, just going pretty quick anyway, so I don't really think it's going to take us all that long. And putting fertilizer down is not going to take us all that long either. So once we get this field fertilized, we also need to make sure we've got enough firewood to continue going forward. I want to make sure we top that off too. Okay. Listening to some really interesting science fiction stories last night. About humans meeting aliens and whatnot. You never know. I don't know if there are aliens out there. There's so much about the universe that we don't know. I like to think that I can keep an open mind, but you never know. Alright. Man, this tractor's actually hauling pretty good with this cultivator. I'm actually impressed. So when I finished plowing up this field off camera, it really actually did not take me that long to do. I probably had it done another 20 minutes. So it really did not take all that long to do. Oopsie. Oopsie, I missed a little bit right here. Okay. Man, this thing really is really annoying. The steering on this tractor is really annoying. It's overly sensitive. I don't know if that's my control, my settings. I don't think so. Because it doesn't do it with the normal tractors, just these smaller ones. So I don't think it's my settings. It might be. I don't think so, though. See, it can spin around like that, and it's oversensitive. So I don't think it's my settings. I think it's just the tractor. Because the bigger tractors don't do that, so... I feel right at home doing this, though. Yeah, to be honest, if it weren't for my eyesight, I could actually see myself on a farm, having a farm of my own. I really could, actually. I think I'd enjoy it. we go. So I think what we'll do is we'll plant soybean in this field. We'll use our first field for wheat. And we'll plant soybean in this one. That way we got a crop that we're making money with, and we've got a crop that's producing straw and wheat for chickens. And the soybean we can use to sell for profit. So I think that's what we'll do. That makes sense to me anyway. Because ideally what you want is, depending on the size of the farm you want and how many animals you're going to have, you want at least one field that's going to be able to produce straw and hay, and straw for them and whatnot. So, the wheat field can produce straw for the cows, and it can produce wheat for the chickens. So it's got all that. It's got that. We can take care of that easy enough. Especially if we start out our animal side of things small enough and then build up. You basically want at least one field producing each thing that animals need. So like if I had like 500 cows, you'd need a good 4 or 5 fields. And I mean big fields for all that straw, so. We want to make sure that we got enough. Okay, so we are almost done cultivating this field actually. As you can see. It's not going as slow as as one might think. Would be nicer if this tractor responded better to steering and wouldn't be so sensitive to it. But it is what it is. We're almost done. So we'll cultivate and we'll get finish the cultivation, we'll get the first application of fertilizer on. That way it'll be ready to rock and roll. I won't have to worry about the fertilizer for a bit. Okay, there you go. Getting there. Getting there. We're almost done cultivating. There we go. Almost there. Once I can use my normal plows, things will be a little easier. Grab that. Let's grab this last little piece over here. Voila. Okay, so the field's cultivated. Bring the cultivator back and we'll grab some fertilizer. Alright, it would probably help if I'd stop knocking this thing down. There we go. Alright, let's go fertilize. Okay. No. Oh, am I putting lime down again? Yes. Really? I thought that was fertilizer. Oh, that's right. Okay. Okay, I know what I did wrong. Good thing I got it, huh? Tried to relime the field when I meant to fertilize the field. Okay. There we go. Alright, so we'll be okay now. Alright, we'll go ahead and we'll put the fertilizer down. First application of it. And this field will be all ready to plant. And I'm sorry about the audio doing its little cutting in and out thing there. Microsoft needs to stop causing trouble with their hardware drivers. If they can't learn to do that in their operating systems, then they shouldn't be making operating systems. Alright. Well, at least I'll have gotten this field already in this episode for planting. Now let's see while we're watching the field here. Be fertilized, get its fertilization done. Let me just see when we can plant the soybean. We can plant in April. Okay. Okay, so we can plant the soybean in April, so we'll probably plant the soybean in the next episode. That'll be good. So we'll be able to get our first crop of soybean down. Almost done getting the first application of fertilizer down. That's good to see. It looks like it's going to grab that other piece for us. That'll be good. Yeah, it's gonna. Don't really know why it went that far to do that, but... Okay, there we go. Field fertilized. All right. So that is good, ladies and gentlemen. We got our field all got the field all fertilized. Let me just move this mower out of my way. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I am going to hook up to this. Hook up to our planter. Soybean. There we go. Oh, actually, we'll just go out this way. And knowing that we cannot plant it yet, it's not ready, we have to wait till next month, we'll at least have the tractor all over here ready to go in the next episode. Alright, let's go check our fire production real quick before we end this episode. See how we're doing, make sure we can make some money. Don't want to run myself into the water. Might actually if I hit this. Okay, so we need to actually update that. We need to add some more in there. So let's go ahead real quick. We'll just top this off. We have plenty of trees in there for a little while, but I kind of like to make sure that we're ready. There we go. Okay. So like I said, you know, as long as you keep your firewood production topped off, you'll be okay. You won't really have to worry about it. It is a good way to make money and without having to really do much. Where's the... Oh, right there. So, you know, it's not really cheating because technically firewood is an agricultural production. It is an agricultural product, so you're not really cheating. I know there are some people out there that'll say, well, if it's not in the actual game and you're using a mod to enhance your game, that's kind of cheating. Yeah, it kind of depends on, in my view, mods kind of depend on the game, right? There are some games out there that I really do believe that, you know, if it's not in the game itself, then you probably shouldn't be using a mod to enhance what the game developers intended. But a game like this, like Farming Simulator, Space Engineers, Stationeers in a way, you know, City Skylines, games like that, I don't really, you know, where the content creator has said, the game developer has said, okay, you know, we don't mind you using mods, we encourage it. That's not really cheating, in my view, because the game developer is saying, yeah, mods are okay. Now there are some developers out there like Bethsaida, which develops Grand Theft Auto and whatnot. They frown on the mods, and you know, they don't like that so much. But Giants does seem to do very well working with their modding community, as does Keen Software House. Rocketwares, I don't really know much about them. So I can't really... I can't really say all that much about Rocketwares as a developer. American and Euro Truck Simulator, which is done by SCS Software, they don't seem to necessarily mind if you use mods. I've not really heard anybody, you know, indicate that they don't want you doing that, so... I know Nintendo is kind of a console developer that really hates people modifying stuff. Or at least from what my observation, they don't seem to necessarily like you doing that, and that's okay. Developers do have a right to decide what they believe constitutes fair play. But I do tend to find that the collaborative approach, the collaborative development model does seem to work better. It doesn't work for, every type of game out there, but, for the type of games that I develop, I develop virtual world stuff, so for me, for my products, it does work. The collaborative development model works. Okay, we're just topping this up. Let me just go over here and hit that so I don't have my alarm going there, because I know what we're doing. We're just topping up our firewood now. But I do feel like we got a lot done today, so yeah, we got that field ready, limed, cultivated, first application of fertilizer down, all ready to plant, roll, and put the second application. So we're going to plant soybean in that. It's all ready to go as soon as April kicks around here. More big trees should do it. Almost got this patch of trees all cleared out. I will say one of the mods I do like for Farming Simulator 22, and I do hope that it's coming back in 25, is the Lumberjack mod. I do like it. So I sincerely hope that'll be one mod coming back. And because I know we're going to take this tree too, there's a deer. Now, I don't know, Keen saw through a house, and I've said this before, in my view, made a mistake with medieval engineers by not continuing its development. I sincerely hope that once they finish V-Rage 3, they will... Alright, one more tree should do it. they will revisit that and maybe, restore it and redevelop it under the new engine. And maybe they're going to, I don't know. It would be nice. Okay, so that is now set. We've got that all filled and ready to go. We'll leave that tree there for now. It'll be fine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot done in this episode. Believe it or not. We got a lot done. We got the field limed, the lime application done on our new field. We got it cultivated. The first application of fertilizer is down. We are ready to plant, so the soybeans are in that field when we advance to the next day. We even got our firewood production center all topped off so that it's all set. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I say we all go take a break and have a little relaxation, and we will continue on in the next episode. So if you like today's video, please be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button. Smash that bell notification icon to let yourself know when the next video comes out. And be sure to share the link to the channel with your family, your friends, your colleagues, your co-workers, your pet kitty cat, pet puppy dog, pet parakeet, pet bunny rabbit, pet boa constrictor, although little kitten thinks you should have a kitty cat because they're cool. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I do hope you have a safe, wonderful, and successful rest of your week. And I will see you all in the next episode of A Farm from Scratch, right here on the New Galaxy Gamers channel. Happy gaming!